Oh, hello. You know, every generation gets that one fad that makes everyone lose their minds. We had Beanie Babies, Cabbage Patch Dolls, Tickle Me Elmo. More recently, the Stanley Cup. But now, we have the Labubu. If you've been living under a rock, you may not have heard about this strange, ugly little toy that everyone's obsessed with. But since it blew up, it's been shrouded in controversy. Violent store brawls, mass theft, even cars being broke into.
I swear to gosh, if I don't get a pink Labubu this time, I'm crashing out. I'm $400 deep. Please, Fifi!
Maybe I'm ignorant here. Is this girl serious, or is she really this unhinged? Can you imagine a kid in a starving country watching these and wondering, is she gonna eat that? Like, they're so hungry, and yet there's people crashing out over here over getting the right type of Labubu. America! And now, people are calling them cursed. Some say Labubu dolls are haunted. Others call them demonic. In fact, things got so bad that different countries started banning them. So are Labubus just another silly fad? Or are they evil voodoo dolls sent here to eat our souls? Grab some holy water, and let's dive into the cursed world of Labubu dolls. Back in 2015, Hong Kong artist Ka-Sing Leung created an illustrated book series called The Monsters, and eventually toys to go with it. But Labubu didn't blow up until 2019 when Leung partnered with Chinese toy giant Pop Mart. Suddenly the shelves were empty and Asia couldn't get enough. The big break? Celebrities. Lisa from Blackpink posted her collection, Rihanna and BTS members followed, even Dua Lipa and Kim Kardashian love rocking these things. And that's when sales skyrocketed. Now this is just good marketing, okay? It's not like the first time you've got celebrity endorsements of a product to make it go wild. Come on, let's get Brad Pitt to play with one during an interview. It's perfect. And they probably didn't even pay him, they just sprung it on him. I don't know. Unless you're more cynical like me and you think, yeah, they slipped him some dollars. You got this basketball player, Dylan Brooks, wearing one before a basketball game.
Bunny? Put a damn bunny on your hip?
The question is, if they're getting paid, how much do you think they're getting paid? Or are they getting paid in Labubus? If I was them, I would just want the money. Hey, don't give me a Labubu for this kind of marketing. I want the cash. All right, so Katy Perry apparently does not like Labubus, okay? She acts like a vampire when someone's holding up a cross. Let's just watch this together. She really hates Labubus. I wonder why, though. You know, there's this one guy on TikTok who keeps bringing Labubus to her shows, and she reacts adversely every time. Seriously, why is she reacting like that? I get the dolls are kind of ugly. Maybe she's allergic to the stuffing they're made from. I don't know. Maybe Katy Perry just likes making weird faces. I don't know. That's probably what it is. But Pop Mart's revenue doubled in a year, hitting $1.8 billion in 2024. And in the first half of 2025 alone, they made $418 million. Some dolls even sold for $170,000 for one doll that could buy 6 cars or one very ugly little gremlin. At this point, the Labubu empire seemed unstoppable, but that's when things started turning weird. In May 2025, the UK banned in-store Labubu sales because the crowds were literally fighting in line. In China, banks were banned from giving away Labubu dolls as promotions. Why? Because people were opening accounts just to get them. When banks start using your toy line as a promotional incentive to open up a bank account, you know you've got something. They must have been using the cheaper Labubus, right? I mean, there's no way they're giving away those $170,000 Labubus just to open an account. Maybe they did. Imagine that little lucky bastard getting one of those. Lucky bastard? Why would it? It's not lucky. This is just called overpricing. Everyone's like, I gotta have one, I gotta have one. No one sits down and thinks, why do I have to have them? Because my best friend Becky's got one. Because my cousin Donnie's got one. My teacher has one, and she's a bitch. I don't know. It's mass hysteria. Let's keep looking into this. Meanwhile, you got resellers swooping in, buying up stock, and then reselling it on eBay and places like that for 3 times the price, probably sometimes more. Then came the mass thefts. Whole shipments stolen. And when supplies dried up, the knockoffs arrived. Enter the Lafufus.
Accidentally got my daughter 6 fucking fake Lafufus. Bitch, what the is this? What the is this? What the is this? It has an ass. It has a ass. I spent $120. $120 on this. And I was so excited, like, yeah, mom gets it done. Bitch, no, I'm a fucking loser. I'm a loser with a Labubu.
Fake Labubu dolls may be dangerous. How to spot a fake Labubu. Does it have proper markings and tags? Is something kind of off about it? Count the teeth. Genuine Labubus have 9 teeth, okay? This is when we start getting people posting their nightmare finds. Lafufus with upside down faces. Dolls stuffed with weird objects. Someone claimed to find a tiny camera in the eye. So yeah, people are claiming that there are cameras hidden in the eyes or in the stuffing of these Labubus. You see these videos on TikTok like this one right here. You see that extra dot and people are saying, oh, that's actually a small camera in there. At least that's what they think it is. I guess it could be, but it kind of just looks like it's on purpose. Like it's meant to sparkle when you turn it into certain lighting. It's just amazing how things kind of snowball into, there's cameras and Labubus, and yet there's no proof. I'll say this for Labubu dolls though, they certainly know how to get people talking. So this guy, he's searching for cameras in his Labubus because he's all freaking out, he's shaking.
Get rid of the Labubus. I found cameras. I'm not no joke. Only one out of all of them. I'm shaking, guys.
Less caffeine would probably help with that.
It's crazy, man. I've been hearing things and hearing just mythical stuff. But
I've been hearing mythical stuff. Like, when you found out there were cameras, did you go ahead and buy like 8 extra boxes of Labubus, or did you just have these Labubus laying around and now you want to check them for cameras? I hope it's that you had them laying around, now you want to check them for cameras. Can you imagine hearing that there's cameras and you buy 8 more boxes?
you know, this is my precious source here.
He called his kid a precious source. That's new. I'm gonna start calling my son that. Hello, my precious source.
Look here, like it's like a camera, like from your iPhone. Look, they're small. Look at that. I'm shaking. Oh my God.
I will say that does look kind of weird. Like, what is that? That does seem a little out of place. Like, it could be a tiny camera. Camera lenses are very small these days, so I mean, it's possible, but I feel like it's more likely in a Lafufu than a Labubu to have a camera in the eye. And news outlets started warning people that Lafufus were choking hazards, possibly toxic and just disturbing. Yeah, you get those bad boys on, I don't know, Temu or something, you gotta expect that they're soaked in asbestos or something like that. I'm just kidding, I don't know, maybe. But then came the creepiest claims of all. The internet decided that Labubus weren't just ugly, they were evil.
My daughter bought these less than 24 hours ago and has had 2 nosebleeds since then. But apparently they're demons. We went to cheer practice last night and 2 of the other moms says they don't let their daughters get these because they heard that they're demons. Now what are the odds? She hasn't even had them 24 hours and has had 2 nosebleeds.
What are the odds of her kid getting a nosebleed 24 hours after getting a Labubu? The odds are probably pretty high. The world's population is 8.142 billion people, okay? Also, now they're freaked out because some cheer moms said they're demons. You're making my eye twitch, okay? You are making my eye twitch. So apparently this little girl is scared because supposedly her Labubu's color of her eyes changed.
What happened?
His eye just turned green.
What do you mean they turn green?
Oh, hell nah.
Don't throw it to me! What do you mean it turned green?
It's his eye.
His eye?
Yeah.
She seems pretty chill about it. Yeah, you don't seem freaked out. Unless this is a normal occurrence at that house. So now the mom is burning the Labubu. I hope you didn't spend a lot of money on it. Just admit that you were getting bored with the Labubu and you'd rather set it on fire because it's more entertaining than having a Labubu. One viral post claims that The Simpsons predicted Labubus years ago. They show this picture of Marge holding one and Homer uncovering a Pazuzu demon statue, okay? So everyone knows now that The Simpsons, they have this knack for predicting things years before they happen. Now, I'm not exactly sure how they do that. It is kind of weird. I mean, The Simpsons, by the way, they've been running strong for how many years? They're on season 36 now. You're bound to get some predictive programming in there somewhere. What if The Simpsons is just a predictive programming tool? Because who watches The Simpsons anymore? That's a question I want for you. Do you still watch The Simpsons? New episodes? Let me know, because I don't know. No one's talking about it. The only time they ever talk about The Simpsons is when it creepily predicts something. In fact, what is predictive programming? Predictive programming is a concept often discussed in conspiracy theory circles, suggesting that media subtly prepares the public for future events or societal changes. That's actually pretty interesting. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's what The Simpsons is still here for, because it hasn't been culturally relevant in any other way for like 10, 15 years. Then, of course, came the horror stories involving Labubus. Dolls moving on their own, voices at 3 a.m., people feeling watched, people getting sick, people complaining that their kids were changing or just, getting nosebleeds. Let's look up some Reddit about this situation. There's a thread on Reddit called "Is it just me or are Labubu dolls kinda cursed?" This is in a group called Paranormal. A while ago, I bought a Labubu doll from a regular shop. I'm not really into collecting dolls, but something about its weird look caught my attention. I just placed it on a shelf in my room and didn't think much of it. About a week ago, I started noticing that every morning it would be in a slightly different position. At first, I thought I was imagining it, or maybe I moved it and forgot, but what really started to freak me out is that I've been waking up at exactly 3:14 a.m., the witching hour, every single night, and strangely the doll seems to get closer to my bed each time. Maybe it's all just coincidence, or maybe my mind is playing tricks on me, but honestly, has anyone else experienced anything weird with Labubu dolls? I'm starting to think about throwing it out, but something inside me is stopping me. Probably how much you paid for it. As so many other parents, we thought Labubus were cute, and so we started getting few of them for my daughter, and sure enough, after about a month of owning them, one night I went to sleep with my daughter, and right away I felt something was off. Because when I sleep with my 5-year-old, she never turns her back against me and sleeps. She always likes to cuddle at night before going to sleep, and this time was different. Uh-oh. After a few minutes of laying down, all of a sudden my daughter tells me she's cold, and 2 seconds later she starts to shake. I get freaked out. Call my wife. Soon as my wife comes in the room, my daughter starts crying, saying, "I don't like Labubus." My wife immediately says some people are saying these are demonic and can bring bad energy. So as we were freaking out about this, I told my wife to go throw all of these Labubus in the dumpster outside. I am not exaggerating, but the second my wife stepped out of the door of our house with the Labubus, my daughter's shaking and crying stopped immediately. If you own one or a few of them and you feel like you have bad energy in your place, please, please, please dispose of these demonic toys. And in July 2025, the city of Erbil, Iraq, seized 4,000 Labubus and banned them outright, citing negative influence on children. I did have a fake one as well, but something about it looks really evil and made me super uncomfortable. I remember I hung something in my room and I immediately saw a frame drop in my room and I wasn't dealing with the supernatural stuff again. I got rid of the Labubu since something about it gave off vibes and it didn't seem cute after looking at it. Did it seem cute the first time you looked at it? You seen these things? The reason they're in such high demand is because of all of this world building outside of the actual dolls themselves. By people on TikTok and social media, people are building up this hype that goes way beyond a cute, ugly doll. Someone said, time to check the CO2 detectors. Yeah. These dolls are demonic. Get rid of them, please. People are now burning their collections, performing cleansing rituals, posting exorcism videos. So it says here, this woman in India worships a Labubu doll after mistaking it for a Chinese god. What? She performed a full ritual for a Labubu doll after her daughter told her it was a Chinese god. She offered a banana as prasad, which is food meant for deities. So she just took the daughter at her word. She didn't look up whether it was a Labubu or something. Look at that guy. He's like, whatever, I'm just trying to watch my football, okay? But how much of this is real? Let's fact check, okay? Are there tiny cameras hidden in Labubus? I looked through a bunch of TikToks, okay? TikToks claiming that there are tiny cameras hidden in the doll, and I didn't see any substantial proof. I see a lot of like creepy music being played as they search for the camera, and I think that's all that matters on TikTok a lot of times. It's like, how sensational can we be? You gotta think about the mindset of people on TikTok. Is it really like to spread the truth, or a lot of times is it to get as many eyes on them as possible? A lot of times they didn't even show a camera. They never showed a camera being taken out, not in the videos I saw. Even when this one lady removed the eyes of her Labubu to look for the camera, nothing. There was nothing. Did The Simpsons predict this fad? I love a good creepy conspiracy as much as anyone, but no, this is fake. Sorry. In season 29, episode 4 of The Simpsons, Homer finds a small statue of Pazuzu and brings it home. It possesses Maggie, and they have to give her an exorcism. This is straight out of the 1973 film The Exorcist, where a priest uncovers a small statue of Pazuzu overseas, which unleashes the demon. When the priest comes back to the States, he encounters a young girl who got possessed by Pazuzu by playing with a Ouija board. Now, the statue, right? It really doesn't look that much like a Labubu doll. Another thing with the Pazuzu Labubu comparison is that they sound alike. Pazuzu, Labubu, Azuzu, a boo-boo. They both have 6 letters to them in their name. Thing is, these Labubus are inspired by Nordic folklore. Let's compare Labubus versus Pazuzu. Like, look at this Pazuzu statue. They really don't look very much alike at all. Like, at all. They both have devious smiles, yes. But so do these dolls right here, and they're 100 times creepier than Labubus. These things are called fugglers, and those teeth, they will haunt me for the rest of my life. These are the creepiest things I've ever seen in terms of children's toys. Look at this. Those look like real teeth. That's way creepier, and the way they're looking at you like that. Look at that. Look at that. You could really brush those. I think you need to brush those or else they're gonna decay. This is a kid's toy. Look at the way they look at you like they're stoned too. How come no one, these are ugly as hell and no one's talking about these? These should be worth, I don't know, $171,000. No, don't do that. Don't. You even got the missing tooth. I don't know, what's the point of this? My point is that there are way uglier toys out there that should have gone mega viral, but I guess celebrities wouldn't want to clip this to their belts. And that's what it really comes down to. I do not blame them. The photo that people keep referring to with Marge Simpson holding up a Labubu saying, "I just think they're neat," is fake. It's just straight up fake. In season 5, episode 19 of The Simpsons, Marge clearly holds up a potato and says, "I just think they're neat."
I just think they're neat.
This was a Photoshop job. The image of her holding up a Labubu I found on Reddit from a user named Anonymous Mouse 2. Who posted a funny meme under the subreddit when someone asks me why I'm collecting Labubus. So that image is just a relatable meme, okay? It was never meant to be taken seriously or to, mislead. It was a joke. It just goes to show you what we all know but can easily forget, which is you can't always trust what you see on the internet. You have to be careful where you're getting your sources from. More than ever. The more technology that we have, the more you have to be careful of the information you're getting. Because anyone can pick up a camera and spout stuff. Even me, right now. Pazuzu is a demon from Mesopotamian mythology depicted with wings, claws, and a scorpion tail. You know that book, Where the Wild Things Are? These Labubus look a lot more like those. And like a gremlin or something. A lot less like a Pazuzu. I mean, I don't know. That's what I think, at least. What do you think? The hauntings, hard to prove, okay? Now, I think that evil can grab a hold of objects and bad energies can hook into people, things. But some of these claims, it's like most of these videos look staged. Like literally a string moving a Labubu around. But also other things, I don't know. It just feels like a way to get more clicks on TikTok, let's be honest. It all feels like a rerun of the 1980s satanic panic, when people thought Dungeons and Dragons and heavy metal were corrupting kids. Were they corrupting kids? No. So this one is called Haunted Labubu is Trying to Kill Me. So it all started yesterday when I was walking through my town and spotted Labubus in a local shop. I decided to get one as a joke and see which one I would get just for the giggles. I opened it with my friend while still in town and got the one I wanted and we had a laugh. Fast forward to later, we both come back to my house and I decide to decorate the Labubu. This involves super gluing eyelashes, earrings, glitter, lips, dripping her out with chains. A couple of hours later, we decide to go out and smoke. What were you smoking though? See, that's gonna have an effect on the next part of the story, I think. So I hang this Labubu off my ceiling light to dry, and we go outside. For context, I live in the middle of the woods with a lot of fields around. So we go out into the fields, smoke, start walking back, and lo and behold, we see my dog chasing a badger right towards us. So me and my friends scream and run away whilst I'm screaming at my dog because I don't want him to be mauled by a badger. We go into my field and then my horse tries to kill my other dog, like stomping and trying to bite her, etc. So we're leaving the field and walk down the side of the field next to it to get back to my house. We reach the end of the path, about to jump the fence, when 2 of my dogs stick their noses in the ground and start crying and wiping their faces on the floor. I think, oh, it's just some nettles, they'll be fine. But no, a wasp proceeds flying into my hair. I scream, it leaves, flies into my jumper. I take my jumper off, we run inside. Both of us are shaking and close to tears at this point, but it's not over yet. We go to my room, sit down, turn the TV on, nothing. I check, it is unplugged at the wall. I have never once done that in the 8 years I have lived here. I plug it in, still not working. Check the power cable on the TV, it's unplugged. So, this is the Labubu's fault? These days, it feels like whenever people can't explain something, they instantly believe anything. I feel like it comes down to laziness. People want an explanation for something that's a little outside their grasp mentally. They'll take anything. You know, Trump's a time traveler. That's how he got elected. My TV's unplugged. It's the curse of the Labubu. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. I don't remember that movie quote. It's the Mandela effect. I kind of believe in the Mandela effect, okay, but still. Someone said, your latest TikTok trend is not haunted. Get a grip. Amen. Someone says, you live near the woods and suddenly seeing animals is like a whole new world to you? Yeah, I know, like animals just being animals over here, and yet it's the Labubu's fault. Are we this bored in society that we need things to be cursed to get a little bit of that thrill in life? So are Labubus evil? Yes, but not in the way you think. They're not cursed, in my opinion, but I just think they bring out the worst in people. They've sparked fights, scams, bans, thefts, and yes, paranoia. And Pop Mart? They've stayed silent. Ka-Sing Lung never addressed the rumors. Why? Probably because hysteria sells. Every headline, every rumor, it just makes Labubus hotter. So evil? Yes, the greedy kind.
Greed is good.
The question is, should you throw them out? Obviously, that's up to you, but I just don't think you need to grab one of these things up just to feel like you've made it, you know? What a weird status symbol to have. This is going the way of the Beanie Babies, you understand? Paying $170,000 for one of these. You may not be able to pay rent, you may have no kids, you may not have a job, but damn it, you've got a Labubu. And that's what matters. Just definitely don't fight someone in the parking lot of a mall over one of these. You only do that over Pokemon, okay? In the end, they're just plastic monsters. And curses, they only work when you believe in them. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, unbox the like button. You can also get access to more exclusive content by joining my Patreon or YouTube memberships. You'll get loads of videos not available anywhere else, and you'll get your name in the credits. And as always, see you next time.